Dre's a pretty straightforward character as far as he's just like everybody else that's out there. He's got confidence, but at the same time he's got some insecurities that Audrey's able to pull out of him. He's got drive in life and passion, but then he's a little unsure of where he wants to go with that.
On Audrey's side, she wanted to get married because marriage was the next thing to do. Not necessarily that she was ready at that time, or that her life was really set up to get married, or that she had grown enough to a point where she knew how to share her life with someone else.
It's a combination of two people who have been married, started to go their separate ways, fell into the, I think, typical patterns of what happens to people in a relationship when they both have goals and dreams, and then they forget about each other.
Dr. Hathaway is an interesting character. I love her because she has a thrill for life and for living, and that's her motto. Her motto is, I'm every woman and you can be what you want to be too.
To go to couples counseling and to admit that there are issues, I think that's a huge deal. To make oneself open and vulnerable and to be able to receive advice or counseling, I think is a big deal, especially for a guy when most guys are shut down emotionally.
Here are Carol's vloggers.
Oh, well, Andrew, he plays my Dre, okay? He's been great. He's been great. He had to dance for his audition, and he had to dance with me, too, for his audition. And I could see in the audition that he was just receptive, and that really helped us to not put boundaries on the pieces that we were creating.
I think our lives nowadays are so fast-paced that we forget to slow down and really realize what we have in front of us. We're always looking forward. I want that next big car and that next big pay raise, but you forget that what you have is love and your family at home. It's already there, but we just ignore that because we're always constantly striving for more.
I've been directing for a while, but this is like I haven't been much of an actor's director for a while. So this is probably like my second or third where I'm actually working with actors the way you're supposed to work with actors, and I've covered a few different genres now, and it's just kind of. It's all kind of similar, just the way you talk to actors. Through rehearsals, I've found everything's just kind of fallen into place. Like, we haven't had to change the script really at all to get it to work, because I think Audrey really had in mind what she had, just this very clear picture in her mind when she was writing it, and we've been able to kind of make the characters based on what she wrote, and then taking into account the personalities of the actors also. So, again, this is another situation where everything is just kind of fit together. Because the characters start out very holed up and very cut off from each other, and so I find that the actors kind of play with the surroundings really well. And so even though you're right at the restaurant scene, even though they're directly across from each other, because things are a little bit cramped, equipment, extras, tables, stuff like that, they play it off very well. And then later on in the story, we're actually going to be getting into a bedroom, more space, and hopefully that leads to some opening up of the actors.
The colors of the walls, apparently they go well in filming. They don't like white walls in filming for some reason, so the colors that I chose, they're very good for that. And then the space is an open space that is easy, for the takes with the cameras.
This is my first time producing a film. I started my company last summer, and there are really 3 other projects that I would really like to produce that are already in place, but I needed something small that I could produce just to learn the process. So that's what I wrote this one for. Wow, this was a huge learning experience. Who do I need? What do I need? How much is it going to cost? All of those things. It served its purpose. I did, learn a lot about how you put something like this together.
Nothing matters.